your inspirational ideas, you can get rid of the joining word altogether by putting a, what is it, Blake? A semicolon. Now there's a basic rule about the semicolon, and that's that it works as a joining word, as a conjunction, provided that the two sentences are closely related. Okay? And again, this is the reason for this, right? This caused this. The cook's new fish stick stir fry caused all the kids to bring their sack lunches, correct? The kids brought their sack lunches because of this. Is that correct, Drew? Elvis.
Elvis is
Not that Braden is Elvis.
Elvis is just a creepy.
It's just that that's the topic that's on the back of this picture. What?
He's just a creepy French dude.
Well, a French dude?
She's not French. She's not French.
You can express that in your sentence containing a semicolon in just a moment. Okay.
Weird.
Does anybody have an idea for another topic? Callie, what do you got?
Singing in the shower.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's what I do every day.
Okay, and my topic is angry geese or an angry goose.
Angry geese are singing Elvis in the shower.
Now remember, if you try to take all three topics and put them together, sometimes you end up with just nonsense. You need to be careful. I recommend you limit yourself to one or two topics, not three. Okay? All right, so you need to create one super sentence using a semicolon on one of these topics. What I would suggest is you write one sentence, and then you write a sentence related to that, like a supporting sentence and a detail, and then you join them with your semicolon. Okay, go ahead and go. All right, what do you think? It says here, every morning I hear my brother singing in the shower, probably because he's lonely. Comments? Questions? Criticism? Corrections? Compliments? What do you have? Kira, what do you want to say?
I think probably is spelled wrong.
I think probably is spelled wrong. Do you have any idea how to spell it? Any ideas? What do you think, Hunter?
P-R-O-B-A.
P-R-O-B-A B-L-Y, probably. That look better? So he just dropped a V, didn't he? Anything else? Callie?
I think that the first sentence doesn't really go with the second one.
Every morning I hear my brother singing in the shower.
Yeah.
Why? The second one, doesn't the second one explain why he's singing in the shower?
It does.
It's probably because he's lonely. That's what he's saying, is that the reason he's singing in the shower is here. So basically this explains this. And so he's able to, it's a good use of a semicolon because the second sentence does explain the first sentence. However, there is a problem here. Trinity, what do you think?
Shouldn't it, after the semicolon, shouldn't it be like it's probably because he's lonely?
Because right now, is this a sentence by itself? Probably because he's lonely? Someone came up to you on the street and said probably because he's lonely. Okay, so right now it says, on Friday I saw Elvis get attacked by angry geese. Comments, criticisms, corrections. Tristan, what do you want to say?
There's no use for a semicolon.
Yeah, we don't need a semicolon there at all, do we, bud? Because right now we only have one sentence. So what are we going to do? Alice, what do you want to say? Attacked is spelled wrong. You know how to spell it?
Isn't it C-K?
C-K right there would do it. Yep. And attack?
There's another T.
Another T. Okay? Kira, thanks for listening. How without making any noise?
It doesn't have a capital at the beginning.
Oh, 5th grade? Come on, this is basic. Make sure our capitals are clear and specific. We should know we have capitals to start sentences. Morgan?
On Friday, doesn't the D need to be lower?
Yeah, there's no reason for that capital. So this person, if you need help with spelling, what do you do? Nope, we don't raise your hand. What do we do? When we're doing practice, we can ask a friend. When it's test day, we
Look up.
have to use a dictionary. Happy to tell you the first 3 letters. But beyond that, it's up to you to find out yourself. You got this one. It says, I was toilet training my little brother, but when he flushed, the toilet broke.
Oh my God.
Comments, questions, compliments, corrections, criticism?
Oh my God.
Appreciate people raising their hand quietly. Let's start with Gracie.
There's a joining word after the...
So we've got a semicolon and a joining word. Didn't we just talk about how we only have one or the other? Not a joining word and a semicolon, but just one or the other? One or the other. So what are we going to get rid of here? What would make more sense? T-H-E-I-R, because this is the kind of, it belongs to them, the there that belongs to them, right? Is there on the danger word board? Everybody take a look back there. There, there. You got to know which kind of there you're talking about. Not just any old there. You got to know which kind. Callie, thanks for raising your hand.
They use their, what is it called again?
The semicolon?
The semicolon. They used it.
They used it, and they used it properly. That's actually pretty good use. I like pants. Does this explain that? Simple. Yeah, good job. One last one, and then I'll let you quit for today. Well, I already made a mistake with theirs. Let me fix it, because we always write it exactly how you write it, right? I don't know why. If you've got good things to say, raise your hand, please.
Wear pants. I never wore pants. I hate pants. I haven't worn pants for 9 years.
All right, take a look here. I don't know why Hunter and Dylan never wear pants. It's either slacks or shorts, but it's never pants. What do you think? Blake, thanks for raising your hand politely.
And now she forgot the end. No.
Yeah, right there. If this were test day, if this were test day, that alone would cost it. You got to double check. You got to make sure. You got to be careful. Caitlin.
I think it's a complete thought, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. It's a complete thought.
Actually talking.
And it's true.
Like he's actually talking? Yeah, that's good. That's a positive right there. I like that. All right. So, we are working on,
Super sentences test.
today's our test day, right?
Yes.
You've had 3 days to do practices, correct? We've seen lots of sentences up on the board. We're going to put a couple more up right now. We're going to grade them either as meets or doesn't meets or exceeds. What does it take to get a meets on your sentence? What does it take to get a meets? What's meeting the standard mean? Elizabeth?
No missing periods, no missing capitals, staying on topic.
No missing periods, no missing capitals, staying on topic,
No misspelled words.
no misspelled words. So if you encounter a word when you're writing your sentence and you don't know how to spell it, or you're not sure, you're not 100% sure, what are you doing? You're grabbing a dictionary and making sure you take a look and figure out how to get it exactly right. You don't want one letter to mess you up, do you? Okay? What do you think it takes to get an exceeds? Make sure you have nothing in your hands. Tune in right here. Let's take a look at this one. Once, my mom got into a horrible car crash. The airbags also exploded in her face. What do you think? Meets or doesn't meets or exceeds, and why? Yes, ma'am?
Well, I don't think she needs the word also in it.
If you got in a car crash and your car has airbags, they're gonna go off, right? So that goes with a car crash. We don't need to say also. There's no question it's going to explode in her face. Okay, you guys have your hands on your desk, and you're about to lose your desk drawer, so I suggest you tune in. Elijah, what do you think?
Is that a period at the end?
That is a period at the end.
Okay. And, what was
Do you think I would give it a doesn't meets because of that also? No, probably not. That's probably not that big of a deal. It looks pretty good right there, doesn't it? Okay, so if you wrote this sentence, can't find any mistakes, it's proper use of a semicolon, I'd say that's a meets. You met the standard for a sentence. Yes, ma'am? Okay, meets or doesn't meets and why? What do you think? Trinity?
It says on fat car rally car.
On fat car, rally car.
The last car should be there.
This shouldn't be there. That's an editing mistake, right? So when I tell you double check, triple check your work before you raise your hand, turn it in, you're looking for that kind of a thing. And it helps if you read it out loud, just in a loud enough voice where you can hear it, not so your neighbor can hear it. Sometimes you'll catch those mistakes that way. Tuck, you want to put that away? Right, how about you, Blake? What do you want to add?
When she says Lizzie can't get past 7 times 7, that doesn't make sense.
I know, I meant to do times.
What do you think needs to be here? You're talking about this word right here, doesn't make sense?
Yeah, with the sentence, Lizzie can't get past.
What do you think she meant to say?
Past.
Past. With a T on the end? Like this?
No.
She can't get past 7 times 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what she meant. She can't get past it. We oftentimes, that might be a word to add to the danger word board, past and pass. Those two words sometimes get confused when we're young writers. Okay. Elijah, would you raise your hand? Or would you tell us what you have to say?
It says on Fat Car Rally Car, Lizzie can't get past 7 times 7. But is it a sentence when it says she needs help?
All by itself? What do you guys think? Is this a sentence all by itself? She needs help.
Yes.
She does need help.
Tells who? Tells what, right? Has a noun. Has a verb. Okay, that's a complete sentence. She needs help. Topic. How about... All right, Drew.
Exploding turtles. Exploding turtles. Yeah, that's awesome.
Exploding turtles.
Wait, can I make another one?
Nope, I get the last one. The last one's mine. And since you have two silly ones, I need to go with a serious one. You guys have just a few minutes to get your sentence down. Should be something. It's only one sentence, right? It's only one sentence, so you should be able to put this together in just a couple of minutes. Don't forget to use those dictionaries if you're not absolutely certain about your word. This one's interesting. I'm interested to see how you guys respond to this one. What do you think? I see, Jacob. When my alarm clock started to ring, my turtle was so startled he exploded.
Yeah, he exploded.
Meets, doesn't meet, and why? What do you think?
Oh, I see something.
Drew, what do you think?
It has capital and then mark.
That's a capital N mark, so that's off to a good start. Grace?
Well, I don't understand how the alarm clock and the turtle make sense together.
Did the turtle explode because the alarm clock went off?
Yeah.
So that's what they're saying. That's why this person's saying they're closely related. I can see that part of it. Elizabeth, what do you think?
It says when my alarm clock started to ring. It's not a complete sentence.
The first in front of the semicolon has to be a complete sentence by itself, right? So we should be able to stop right here and have a complete sentence. When my alarm clock started to ring,